Many fans of Elliot Stabler, who is a fictional character in the NBC police procedural series Law & Order SVU, played by Christopher Meloni, have started to wonder why the star isn't in the show anymore, why the star left the show originally, and whether he was still going to act with his partner Olivia Benson, played by Marishka Hargitay. What are the answers to these questions? Watch this video to the end to find out. First up, the reason why Elliot Stabler is no longer in SVU. In 2011, Christopher Meloni departed SVU due to a purported pay disagreement. At the time, Deadline claimed that the network for the program, NBC, could not reach a new agreement. In an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen in 2017, Meloni said he has no regrets about leaving the program. Cohen asked if he regretted leaving and answered not for a day. When asked what made him realize it was time to go, Meloni shrugged and chuckled when negotiations failed. Each show episode takes a little more than a week to shoot, and Meloni and Hargitay reportedly made $400,000 per episode when they were on it. Even while that sounds like a lot, more than $2,300 per hour, the cast and crew of SVU put in a grueling amount of time. In 2019, Meloni told NPR that they were doing these scripts back-to-back, and it would take 8 days to produce an episode. They would begin on Monday and end on the following Wednesday. They would then receive an updated script on Thursday. He then continued that for 9 months. This goes on, and that they would become more liquid than solid after roughly 4 to 5 months. The network and the actor couldn't agree, despite NBC's confidence that they could reach a compromise with Meloni, and the actor left the show swiftly. Meloni discussed his attempts to compromise fewer episodes in an interview with Men's Health. He said that his initial option was that there would be 9 or 18 episodes instead of 22. He then said that on a Thursday night, they actually came up to him and told him the situation. They said that by tomorrow he should please provide a response and that it was their way or no way. Meloni then replied in a statement to the creators that he didn't want to mess around with them. He wished to have a particular thing and it was okay if they were incapable of doing it. The conclusion of Meloni's final season of SVU, season 12, saw Stabler come to terms with killing a young woman who had opened fire on the precinct. However, by the time Benson returned to her desk for season 13, she was taken aback by the news that her partner had retired, shocking fans and earning the label of unsatisfying by Meloni in an interview with the New York Post. Christopher Meloni is back to Law & Order. In a brand new Law & Order spinoff that marked a significant departure from what he was doing as a member of the Special Victims Unit in 2021, Christopher Meloni returned to the role of Elliot Stabler. According to NBC, the show's premise stated that Stabler was rejoining the NYPD to fight organized crime after a heartbreaking personal tragedy. But in the 10 years since he left, the city and the police force have undergone a significant transformation, and now he must adjust to a criminal justice system going through its own moment of reckoning. However, just because Detective Benson appears on a different show does not guarantee that Stabler won't ever see her again. There will be crossovers between SVU and organized crime, according to Meloni, who claimed in an interview with the Post that the two are inextricably intertwined. Since they experienced so much together, there is still unresolved business between them. He claimed that Stabler and Benson were inextricably linked, locked and intertwined. He then said that he believed there was honestly and deeply a worthwhile intrinsic drama in exploring that relationship and the intricacy of how Stabler left, the unresolved feelings both characters and the audience feel. Now that Elliot Stabler has been back for over a year, what is going on with him and Benson? For a few months after Christopher Meloni started to star in his own spin-off of Law & Order, fans did not see him on screen with Olivia Benson, Marishka Hargitay, his former partner, now friend. Stabler's wife, Kathy Stabler, passed away after succumbing to her injuries from a vehicle bomb explosion in Stabler's first SVU episode back in April 2021, Return of the Prodigal Son, which was arguably shocking to everyone at home. Here we are in the year 2022, when Benson and Stabler are no longer co-workers, but still occasionally collaborate, and both seem to be single. In the SVU and organized crime crossover episode from December, Benson at least reassured Stabler that she wasn't seeing anyone. Stabler extended an invitation to Benson and her son Noah to spend Christmas at his family's house, and Benson declared that she and Stabler were friends for the time being as the episode came to a close. Later on, Stabler attempted to shoot his shot once more, but Benson once more hesitated rather than saying no. Stabler still has work to do because he did ghost her for 10 years, but at least this time, he is undercover as himself. She would prefer to wait until he can make a commitment to being totally there in order for him to really be there for both her and Noah. We've been waiting for these two to confess their love for each other for more than 23 years, and we can only hope that everything that has happened since Stabler's return is setting the stage for that to happen. Why else, in all seriousness, would the series take off Stabler's wife in his first episode back, and then have him and Benson experience private moments in later episodes that we never witnessed during their first 12 years on SVU together? Next up, the date for Kelly Gittish's farewell episode of Law & Order SVU has been confirmed. Kelly Gittish's final episode of Law & Order SVU will air on December 8th, and the show has confirmed that Detective Amanda Rollins will leave the show on that day. After being shot shot while on duty defending a witness, Amanda has gone through an emotional ordeal in recent episodes. Giddish's eventual departure from the program will be addressed by the investigator, realizing she has more important things going on in her life besides work after the accident made her reevaluate her priorities in life. The long-running criminal drama's Giddish, who has been a part of it since 2011, declared earlier this year that this season would be her last. The actor stated in a statement posted on Instagram that one of her biggest joys and privileges in life has been playing Rollins. She said that she had the incredible fortune of spending the last 12 years as a member of the Law and Order family. She continued by saying, "Rollins is unlike any other TV character, period. Rollins has matured and changed, and so has she." She stated that she was glad she got to spend so much of her adult life with Rollins since she started working on the program when she was in her late 20s. Giddish stated that she was so eager to apply what she had learned during her time on SVU to everything that was coming up. However, according to Variety, Giddish is still scheduled to feature in the upcoming season of the Law and Order spinoff, Organized Crime. Fans of Law and Order have expressed their opinions on social media in opposition to the actor's exit from the program. Showrunner David Graziano commented on Giddish's Instagram post in response to fan comments over her leaving, saying they could take a moment to contemplate the possibility that things are more complex than they appear in a world of emojis and tweets. He then stated that all he would say was that Kelly handled this situation with the utmost class. Graziano stated that in his 24 years of writing television, she is without a doubt one of the best industry experts he has met. He continued by stating that the prospect of her leaving made him melancholy. He concluded by saying that if he ever got to write to her again, it would be a lucky day for him. Chris Meloni reprimands Trump advisor Stephen Miller for calling Law and Order Organized Crime unwatchable. Christopher Meloni and Stephen Miller, a former advisor to Donald Trump and speechwriter, got into a Twitter argument that culminated with the Law and Order favorite advising Miller to stick to writing fascist speeches. Meloni's response to Lauren Boebert's most recent "Let's Go Brandon" post set the whole thing off. In Republican circles, the statement is frequently spoken as a jab at Joe Biden. The phrase is conservative slang for something even more vulgar: Joe Biden, according to an Associated Press report from 2021. Boebert, a pro-gun Republican who represents Colorado's 3rd Congressional District, was the target of a tweet from Meloni that read, "There's gotta be a stupid prize GOP congressmen are competing for." "Let's Go Brandon" was printed on a dress that Boebert once wore while she posed for pictures with Trump. In an effort to trash Meloni, Miller retorted, "Turns out the guy with the most unwatchable Law and Order spin-off is very furious and very uneducated." Meloni then replied, saying when Nosferatu tries to shade, and told Stevie Miller to stick to writing fascist speeches. That is all we have for you today about happenings in the Law and Order universe. What other series would you like to see? Let us know in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.